Are you also someone who's buying outfits just because they're trending and they're all over your Instagram feed? It's not about searching for the perfect things in life, but becoming perfect in the journey. Fashion for me is the way we see life. So, welcome to Sniggyspeaks. It's a podcast where we break down everything fashion. Snigdha Parwa, aka Sniggy. I've lived the world of sports, diversified into the world of beauty pageants and fashion, and it has truly been a wild ride. And I think I've done it all. Here I am finally ready to talk about it all. So I feel like I've really contemplated on this moment. मैंने इस मोमेंट के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा सोचा है कि मैं करूँ या ना करूँ, whether मेरा यूट्यूब चैनल या पॉडकास्ट चलेगा या नहीं चलेगा. I've waited for the perfect lighting, for the perfect camera, for the perfect podcast setup. But I think, it's not about searching for the perfect things in life, but becoming perfect in the journey and just starting for it. And here I am, starting the search of perfection in podcast. And I hope you give me all your love and support throughout this journey. So this channel, it's for you, the ones who want to know everything that goes in the world of fashion. But it is also for the ones who are looking for motivation, inspiration, raw conversations about successes and failures and how to overcome them. Because fashion for me isn't just about trends or clothes or fabrics. Fashion for me is the way we see life, how other people perceive us, how we perceive ourselves, and even how we navigate life. And this is it. So welcome to Sniggyspeaks. It's a podcast where we break down everything fashion, the industry, the culture, and the power of personal style. So on this first episode of Sniggyspeaks, I'm going to be talking about something that is all over social media, draining your wallets, and your personal self-esteem as well. So today I'm going to be talking about fashion trends and why you do not need to follow every trend. Are you also someone who's buying outfits just because they're trending and they're all over your Instagram feed? Are you also someone who's constantly refreshing Instagram or Pinterest to see what's really in and what's out? Well, I am here to tell you that you do not need to be running behind trends to become stylish. In fact, doing so might be hurting your personal style. So let's break it down. Okay, so let's start with a question. Do you remember the ultra neon outfits from 2012? The neon t-shirts, the tanks, the neon jeans? I remember those very vividly because I was someone who was wearing them constantly. Do you remember the tiny sunglasses phase? Or do you remember the absolute wild rage of the Y2K fashion that came out of nowhere? These trends blew up and boom, now they're nowhere to be found. And you know why? Because trends are designed to be temporary. So fashion brands need trends to make you buy into things. And brands market on this very big because they're always making you wonder what's next to be trending, make you buy the things that you're trending, and by the time that you buy the trends, they're already out of style and the brands are already onto the next trend, into minting money from you. So let's talk about the psychology behind wanting to buy into these trends. And why do we even feel the pressure to buy into these trends? Because let me tell you, it's not just about fashion, it's about psychology. Number one, fear of missing out. You see influencers fashioning a piece of clothing or fashioning a piece of bag, or your friends carrying it around town, or you see it on somebody's stories. You always feel like, oh my god, why do I not have that cool piece of clothing or cool piece of sunglasses? And you feel left out, isn't it? So this is what the brand markets on and keeps the fear of FOMO rising. And if it's not about seeing our friends in real life or the influencers, it is about social media making you think that every piece of clothing or every item is an urgent need for you to buy into. And the fear of missing out is created by limited availability, limited editions, viral moments on Instagram, and boom. And that is one of the biggest reasons why brands collaborate so much with influencers. They create this sense of being everywhere. If, for example, a brand is launching a bag or a new shoe or a new piece of clothing, they will put that out to each and every influencer in and around your town or city or wherever they are marketing and make it look like that if you don't have that piece of clothing, you're missing out and you're uncool. And that is the same exact case with celebrities as well. And I'm 100% sure each and every one of you watching this video must have brought something that you've seen on social media, actually worn it at home, or styled it at home and felt like, what the hell is this on me? And you know what? You're not alone. This is just psychology. So let's actually talk about what's actually trending this year, because I just came back from the Milan and Paris Fashion Week 2025. And let me tell you, some trends are fresh, but some trends are straight up legendary comebacks. So, number one, mocha brown everything. I feel like browns are the new black. Mocha, espresso, deep browns, they're to be seen every single wear. And I'm not gonna lie, I love the browns. They're everywhere, from coats, bags, to boots, to heels, to clothing. Every single wear you see mocha brown. And that's the color of the season. And it makes you honestly think rich, cozy, yet timeless luxury. So this is one of the most vivid trends I saw this year, and I absolutely love it. Trend number two that I saw is the Schiaparelli look and the timeless revival of the corsets. You know how we used to study in the the 8th or the 7th grade about how, in the Victorian era, women used to be tied up with corsets to make their waist look tiny. That has made a big, huge comeback. And seeing them in this Schiaparelli show everywhere, I personally love it. And the Schiaparelli look, or the feel, it's becoming kind of iconic, and that's what it's really catching me. Those sculpted corsets, iconic. It's giving drama, it's giving fashion, it's giving couture armor, honestly. And number three, and this is never going to go out of fashion, the everlasting Birkin. If there's one thing that's never ever going to go out of style, it's the Hermes Birkin. We saw multiple big celebrities and fashion influencers and everybody with a lot of money and power carrying Birkins, Kellys, mini Kellys in different colors and different shapes and different sizes, every single wear. And it's honestly proving a very fair point to me that investing into a quality piece is a very, very big flex. Finishing what's been trending this year, let's talk about the cost that it lands on you for following every trend in fashion. Okay, it hurts my back to sit so straight, so I'm gonna be a little comfy. Anyways, now let's talk about what it actually costs you to stay up on the trends in fashion. And I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about financial impact, I'm talking about environmental damage, and also damage to your personal style. At first, of course, when you follow trends, they don't come without money or for free. Of course, when you buy into a piece of clothing and then it does not last in your wardrobe for more than a month or more than a week nowadays, it's obviously going to cost you money, right? Constantly buying out new clothes following every trend equals to draining money into nothingness. The next and the foremost important factor is environmental damage. Fast fashion creates a lot of environmental damage, and statistically, fashion alone is responsible for the 10% of carbon emission in the entire world. Isn't that a huge deal? And that is what following trends is making us do. So the third and most important fact for me is also that these trends, they sort of damage your personal style, because something that is looking good on social media or on someone else might not be looking good on you. And there's 1,000 times that has happened with me, and I'm sure it has happened with you also, that you look at something on social media, or you look at someone who's wearing a piece of clothing. For example, they're wearing these thigh-high boots and they're fully in fashion, and you bought them because they're trending, and now you've spent 8,000 on it and you're wearing them and it looks horrendous on you. Just equal to burning money. And not just that, but it's also equaling to damaging your self-esteem, because it makes you think that a trend that is looking good on everyone else is not looking good on you, and that makes you question yourself, the way you look at yourself, the way you are, the way you're structured. Personal damage. Moving on to the next segment is what to actually do while building a wardrobe that lasts forever. Here's my golden rule: invest on staples and experiment with trends. The first point is defining your own personal style. So what speaks for you? What silhouettes you like? What colors you like? What kind of piece of clothing looks good on you? Number two is invest in wardrobe staples. A fitted blazer, a good pair of jeans, white shirts, black t-shirts, white t-shirts. They're never going to go out of style. So while having these staples, what you can experiment with in your style that keeps on trending and changing in trends is with your jewelry, your hair, your boots, and your bags. And point number 3 is incorporate trends within your personal style. So if the Y2K is trending and the baggy jean is trending, I would probably pick one of those clothing pieces, style it with one of my staples, and make an entire look out of it. Remember, ladies and the gents, that don't let the clothes wear you, but you wear the clothes. See, the goal here isn't to ignore trends, but to incorporate them within your own personal style. So the trends are not wearing you, you are wearing the trend. So now it's time for the recap. Trends are fun, but they are temporary. They cost you money, they harm the environment, and also lets you lose your sense of self. So instead of following and chasing every trend, go after what makes you feel confident, what makes you feel beautiful, and do it however way you like. Because for me personally, feeling confident in whatever I am wearing is the most important thing. And it's even more important than being stylish or looking pretty to others. At the end of the day, fashion should be fun. But don't let trends control your style. Remember, you wear the trends and not the other way around. So let's chat. What's one trend that you're over and one trend that you'll always love forever? Drop in the comments and let's keep the fashion conversation going. And thank you so much, guys, for tuning into my first ever episode of Sniggyspeaks. And it makes me immensely happy that I finally released my first episode. It's gonna take a lot of time for me to come into perfection of how I should be, filming these episodes, editing these episodes or making into shorts and reels and everything in between. But I've finally decided to give this a try, and I hope to find perfection somewhere down the line in this journey. And I really hope and pray for all your love and your support and your subscriptions throughout this journey. Alright, so see you next time and stay tuned for my next episode. Bye bye.